The New York Knicks draft plans may have just been revealed, and we have to talk about it. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video, as we always do, because the New York Knicks draft plans may have just been revealed, as in case you missed it today, like I did, and like many NBA fans did, because it was not really advertised, the NBA draft lottery happened today. And this is what happened. The Atlanta Hawks jumped up 9 spots to get the first overall pick and the rights to draft, who knows, probably Alexandre Sarr, while the Detroit Pistons once again hilariously fell to 5th. And we also saw the Brooklyn Nets jump up, but whoops, they traded everything to Houston, so they don't get to pick. But it is still nice to look at Tankathon and not see our team there at all, because we're too busy in the middle of a playoffs between us and the Indiana Pacers. But guys, it was just revealed what the Knicks draft plans could be, as the New York Knicks and Philadelphia 76ers are both reportedly seen as possible candidates to move their first round picks in the NBA draft next month. So that is something that we have to be aware of. It's not too surprising. We know where the Knicks stand right now. When they're fully healthy, which obviously they're the opposite of right now, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. It feels like they're a piece away, and that piece doesn't have to be some star. It just has to be another solid player, and the Knicks could make a real run at an NBA title. We also know that Leon Rose doesn't really draft that often. The New York Knicks do not have the longest history of draft prospects since Leon Rose came in, because they've traded the picks very often to improve the team, and they've also just deferred a lot of draft picks too. The Knicks have a treasure trove of draft assets right now. They have a ton of stuff to work with. They really are doing their best to stack up assets when it comes to draft picks so they can move it for a star. So now we're at the situation, we're at this point in time where we might see the Knicks actually do that. I mean, right now we're trying to see if they can get past the Indiana Pacers and get over all these injuries to get the right to probably lose to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. But regardless, we know the Knicks are close. We know that they're a great team and that Jalen Brunson is a true NBA superstar. All of this is very clear. Now, on top of this, we need to understand that Tibbs is not going to play rookies. The Knicks are already deep as it is. If they're going to draft someone, they're probably not going to get a lot of minutes in that first or even second season, and that doesn't really work with the first round. New York has the 24th and the 25th pick overall, but it's been noted that Tom Thibodeau might not want 2 first-round rookies on his squad and would rather have future assets. And I mean, that's fair. That's been the way the Knicks have been moving. And as I said, the Knicks don't really draft that much under Leon Rose. If you take a look right here, their last draft pick was in 2022 in the second round. They took Trevor Keels, and that was literally it. Trevor Keels got waived from the team last summer after doing absolutely nothing with us. And then prior to that, it's Quentin Grimes, who has since been traded. Rokas Jokubaitis, who might be coming over this summer. It's not exactly clear, but he will play in Summer League. I did a video on that a while back called, like, the Knicks' secret weapon or something. We have Deuce McBride, who's obviously a massive part of the rotation. Jericho Sims, who's good center depth. Obi Toppin, who is just part of an absolute murder scene when the Pacers just blew us out in Game 4. And IQ, who obviously is off in Toronto, doing his thing, about to get a bag, potentially from Orlando, which will be interesting to see. Sorry, I sometimes pick my leg up to stretch while I'm doing these videos. You're just going to have to live with it. But for real, sorry for looking at my ugly upper leg. But, no, guys, like, in reality, when you look at the New York Knicks, when you look at what's going on with this team, I think something to be very aware of is that it's hard to... There's just zero chance that both the 24th and the 25th pick in the draft will be players going to the New York Knicks. They're not taking 2 rookies. They want to win. They want to trade these picks for a star anyway. And I'm not talking just 24 and 25. Obviously, you're not going to get a star from that. But when you add in all the other picks the Knicks have and stuff like that, and the tradable contract of Bojan Bogdanovic, potentially even Mitchell Robinson, we're looking at the Knicks giving a very good package for a trade. I don't know who that guy is going to be because we haven't really heard that much yet. We haven't fully seen the playoffs play out, and no one requests a trade until after the playoffs are done. You see who won, you see what's going to happen, and then players kind of make their call on what they want to do. I don't know if the Knicks are even going to want to trade for a star. I think if you asked Leon Rose if you could get a fair trade for any player to upgrade this team, who would you want? He'd probably say Mikal Bridges. Like, I assume that's their number one target, but I don't think the Nets are going to trade him at all, even though they absolutely should. But the Nets are a stupid franchise, so you can't expect much from them. I mean, Joe Tsai doesn't care about winning, and Sean Marks actively just doesn't know what he's doing, apparently, which is really weird because he used to be a good GM. But I do wonder who the star is going to be, and it's really hard to figure that out. But I'm also interested. I want the Knicks to have a rookie because there is an advantage to having rookies. You just don't want too many if you're the Knicks, because if you want one guy who you want to do that slow grind development like what you did with Deuce McBride, you can do that. Now, the Knicks have, I think, the 38th overall pick, something like that, either somewhere in the late 30s or early 40s. The Knicks have a second-round pick, too. And also separately, why is the draft 2 separate days? No one's watching the second round of the draft. I'm not even going to watch it. Like, I mean, I'll do a video on it if the Knicks draft someone, but I'm not going to sit down waiting for Mark Tatum. I'm exhausted, guys. I'm blanking on his name. I think it's Mark Tatum, the deputy commissioner of the NBA, to announce 30 guys. I've heard of maybe one of them if Zach Edey is there. I just don't understand, or if Bronny goes to the second round, whatever happens with that. But, like, I don't understand why that's a thing. But that's also not what this video is about. I just don't. Stop trying to be the NFL. But, like, with the NBA draft, the 24th and the 25th pick almost every year are not going to pan out into good players. However, the Knicks, when they draft players, are usually pretty good at it. They have Walt Perrin in that front office, who's an absolute draft genius. He's responsible for many, many draft picks, including convincing the Utah Jazz to draft Donovan Mitchell, who the Knicks were targeting and, should have drafted. But it's all good. Jalen Brunson's the man. It all got us here, so that's fine. But there's not going to be 2 rookies. You could get one, and if you get one, you get a really nice contract. Like Deuce, who was on a really small contract and giving a good role. Always the best value contracts in the NBA are rookie deals of players who broke out. Now, the Knicks probably are not going to land a superstar at 25 or 24. It could happen. It's happened in the past. You never know. But most likely it's not going to. And that's fine. But I do like the idea of having a rookie scale contract just so the Knicks books look a little bit cleaner, just so they're not using as much cap space, so they have control over a guy for at least the next 5 years, but what's really going to be the next 8 or so years. So I'd love for the Knicks to draft a rookie just so their cap space gets a little better. I'd honestly like to draft first rounder, draft a second one, trade the 24th or 25th pick as part of some big deal for a good player. And the Knicks are still going to have guys in the rotation who could pick up and cover for him. And maybe that 25th or 24th overall pick gets 10 minutes a game and Tibbs can develop him. Like, I think that's a good idea for the Knicks. But at the same time, I know they're not picking both 24th and 25th. They're going to make trades. They always do. I'm curious to see what they are, and I will upgrade you guys when they happen. Though that'll probably be during the NBA draft, so we might have to go live for the NBA draft. I'm trying to figure that out. I'll get back to you guys on that. But make sure to like this video. Subscribe to Knicks Digest. It means the absolute world to me when you guys do it. And you know what? It also makes it a little cooler when I tell people I'm a YouTuber, because I have a little bit more subscribers, and that feels good. But guys, on a serious note, have a great day. Go Knicks. Can we please win Game 5?